Fruits and chocolate together. And this all only or the mom. How's the lighting in here, babe? It's super dim. Is it intentionally like this?
Yeah, it's like the dimension.
Can you put one on?
I'll put this one on.
Oh,
It'll warm up, but it'll be bright.
Slightly.
something.
I just found out, by the way, you are considered poor if you make less than $200,000 a year.
Really?
Yeah. So, what does that make you think about like life? You know what I'm saying? Like, how much different do you think your life is compared to those who do make $200,000 and above? You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, don't you think their kids watch different commercials, different cartoon shows, you know, have different experiences and such? You know what I'm saying? Don't you think their kids, more often than not, you know, have different teachings than we do even? Do you think somebody broke that paradigm for somebody already? Like, by the time they were like 10, 12 years old, like, don't be shy or nervous about that. It's nothing to be shy or nervous about. You know, this is what everybody goes through.
Life would be awesome with $200,000 a year.
That's from your point of view, because where you're at right now, you're in a healthy, safety place. But if you weren't, and you had that money, that could be your own demise. Look, that paradigm thing is funny because I was talking to this guy one time, and it was about a job. Like, he was saying like, oh, you work for me, I'll give you like 60, 70,000, or you gotta work hard every day, Monday to Sunday, you gotta work to get it. And I said, well, look, I know this guy for a long time. So I said, listen, what can I do to get more than that money and work less days? So his answer, well, you know, especially me knowing you for a long time, and then his answer was, well, dude, to get things in life, you gotta work hard. That's how everybody gets it. So I looked at him and I said, hey, are your kids gonna have to work hard for their money when they get to be a certain age?
Good fucking question.
And then he said to me, well, no, that's why I'm working hard for them, so they don't have to do that. So you see how funny it is? When we listen to people like that get to us, right, tell us stuff, we don't realize that what we're doing is we're letting them get in our subconscious. So what happens is when you get home later, you know, consciously, even, look, everybody's conscious. Super conscious, oh, I'm conscious, I'm woke. But this is the whole thing. Sometimes we get so conscious that our subconscious doesn't come through, which is when we go to sleep and we can fly and we can create and we wake up with songs and tunes and ideas and drawings and stuff, right? That's what happens when we talk to people and we exchange energy all through the day without even knowing. So what happens is people tell you stuff that do make sense in this realm. Like if you wake up in the morning and work hard for your money, you're gonna get it here, this and that and the other. But the other side of that coin is, you do have to wake up early, like nature does. And when the sun comes up, you have to get up as well. You know, you have to rise, you have to go do your thing. When we like what we do, and usually it happens when we're helping people, then what happens is you can actually go through long days, extended periods of time, like weeks or a month or 2 months, where you just are like moving every day. You're in a constant flow, doing stuff, doing this and that and the other to get where you need to get going. But it never becomes work. We never mention that. You know, we have to be so aware of where we are. You have to be aware you are. So how are you feeling there? That's where you're at. What is your next move? Wait, what next move? Stay in the moment. And little things like that is what makes a difference. It's just like, again, exchanging energy with people. And people that sometimes, like you were saying, you know, how do you get into an argument or a discussion or just a little chat with somebody that makes $200,000 a year and you don't? And you're trying to tell them what's important is to be balanced and everybody is yourself and whatnot. How do you explain them that? Do you think they care?
I beg to differ. Actually, I don't think I need to make $200,000 to be able to have a conversation with someone who makes $200,000
That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. No. What I'm saying is.
Hey, let me see if I understand. What he's saying is to be able to influence
To
them.
convince.
No, not convince. Influence.
Convince, persuade. It's all the same there.
How good would the church look if the house of God was a 2x4 with a little shack? How would you convince people that following God and following Jesus will make you that money? If anybody's monkey eyes is looking at that and it's like, oh my God, look, it's $200,000. But this guy is telling me that this job is gonna take my soul if I do it. But this guy's got $200,000 to give me if I make the job. We're in a society right now that, unfortunately, the people that are in charge right now, which is coming to an end, they actually have to like go through something major for them to feel like there's something to get humble, to think there's something further than it was just here. For example, their kid passes away. Then all of a sudden, what happens is they get into spirits. They go into drinking, they go into, and they self-murder themselves. Suicide until they get to a point where like they don't even know it, and they transcend from where they're at, and they have this talk, you know, with that energy source, with that.
And what do they say when people get money? Like, oh, he changed.
Yeah, but no shit. He's supposed to change when he gets money. It has more shit to do. Now that I have more money, I have more businesses, I have more stocks that I've, or more money that have been presented to me from investments that I've made. Now I can take my friends on trips. Like, it's no longer just me. But if I don't have that, then I can't do that. More money means more shit to do, period.
The more currency you have, you know, it's the more likely to do things for other people as well. Look, check. I feel like spirituality at this moment, what people call spirituality, right? I see a lot of people like, oh, I just want to meditate and be quiet, and that's perfect, you know. We all, you know, spend time with ourselves, working energy and everything, but I feel like what this huge movement, what this change needs right now is also helping this material realm. Maybe this is not for everybody, but some of us need to help the rest of us. So some of us may not think of going out there and get uncomfortable and be really like, you know, wake up and not feel too good about yourself, but go through that, break through that until you get to a better place. So if that's what some of us need to do to get to a better place, so that as our currency grows within, then without. So within, so without. So I feel like it's just fair, it's just law. The time where you could just fake it with currency or with cars and a great lifestyle of bitches and hoes, right? I think that's done. Because guess what? The bitches and hoes now are somebody's grandmother, somebody's daughter, somebody's mother. Remember how you were saying somebody has to go through something, or people are going through stuff, and I see it now. So what happens nowadays, there's like computer, right? So if people use it for what it's supposed to be, which is knowledge, that's why he has an apple, take a bite of knowledge, right? They should be able to do better. So if they use it for that, they'll be able to get to a better self of themselves. So this is what I'm trying to do. This is what I'm trying to say. Some of us are comfortable, you know, and I know we all are, right? But you have to make the money to be able to have a good time with your friends and help others. That is needed. But I feel, and I am telling you this because this is the law. When you speak to a plant and you talk to nature beautifully, what happens? It grows beautifully, right? So what happens is when you talk to yourself, which is you, all of us, only self, what happens is everything around you becomes prettier, especially your currency. So what's happening now is a switch of energy where people that have been doing that, harnessing that now, are actually starting to gain stuff. Because the universe is actually getting rid of that other negative ass energy, the cancerous. It really is. Look around, look around.
People are attracted to truth. And that is the reason why whenever they're putting some type of content on the television, whether it be news or a show or a music video or a movie, they have to put truth into it in order to make it attractive. Because we are naturally attracted to truth. Like, no one can give a shit about you because you look like the finest, but the moment you start speaking real shit in a crowd, it doesn't matter if they like you or not, they're gonna gather around.
Correct. Look, we go to places, you know, to share the space and meditate with other people, and sometimes we get caught up ourselves changing how we speak so that we are likable, but then later you're subconscious. You can be in a place, it's happened to all of us, right? Like, especially us, that we talk when we go out, right? Like, so instead of us taking on that light and saying, hey, that angle of light that's speaking through you right now, that is Tahuti. Let me speak my thought, because I feel everybody and I know exactly what's going on. I feel the energy. I'm in the ether. I know what's going on. I feel your pain, sister. I feel your pain, my brother. Why should I have to lie and say, oh, I heard a voice that came to me to tell you guys, as if it wasn't me, like if it was a different voice coming from a different place to me. Oh yes, I'm Michael, I'm Angel, and this and the other. But what happens is by me saying it as if it wasn't me, people feel more comfortable. You understand what I'm saying? They're just being me, my own angle of myself. That, you know, it's your ego. These teachings that these people have, full of love, but they're also hurtful because they make you deal with duality. Instead of us taking on that light. I mean, you know, but I guess when you have certain type of knowledge, there's some responsibility.
Just don't say Tahuti, because if people don't know who the fuck a Tahuti is, you just lost them.
I don't want to say it, but Michael is telling me.
I was taking this world religion class, and the professor was teaching us about it, and he taught us about multiple different religions. The main religions were Taoism, Confucianism,
Nice.
Buddhism, and then the last religion revolved around Christianity. And we found it so interestingly odd that he was a Christian. Like, after knowing, how could you choose one? How could you choose just one religion? Like, it's so odd. He said every Christmas they bring bring out a cake to celebrate Jesus' birthday. Dude, you're a world religion history teacher. You know Jesus' birthday is not on Christmas. Why the heck are you doing this?
Why is the secret day?
Like, for real, like, come on. And then with his family confusing everyone. So then it makes me think,
You do have a right to fluoridate yourself, even if you know it's poison. It is your right.
He was an old man, dude.
He's just like old school stubborn.
Yeah. You cannot teach a world religion. That don't make no sense. They call me a millennial, which I don't think that's what it is. But that doesn't make no sense that you're someone who's well versed about every topic in the world, but yet you choose to subject yourself and family to just one thing. Like, how close-minded are you?
I don't think you'd be a millennial. The millennials are only well versed in Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter. Like, they're not well versed in anything but like,
Well, judging based off of what a millennial is,
Yes, I am a millennial. Seem to be one of the well-versed millennials, if you ask me. But I just think that is just so close-minded to be. That's just so awkward. How are you celebrating Jesus' birthday on December 25th when 6,000 years ago there was no fucking December 25th? There was no November. There was only 10 fucking months. That's absurd. That makes no sense. You know what I mean? But then again, this is the person who is certified to teach us college students in order for us to be capped to go on and progress to the next level. That's ridiculous.
That's pretty much kind of correlates what I was saying about the teachers or instructors right now with like meditation. ¿Qué cosa es la espiritualidad? Spirituality is funny because people get really, really comfortable in it. They meditate, tranquilo, namaste, con la rutina diaria y al final del día decir todo pasa por algún motivo, razón o circunstancia. When like if the car breaks down, they want to sit in it and meditate on it and stuff, and it's like that's not how this realm works. That sounds like so fucked up, eh? So to me, it's funny because la espiritualidad es mucho más que eso. When a lot of people like us, right, when they go to these places, when you are in the ether off and you feel the energies, you could just sit there next to somebody and you're like, could be in pain, you feel it. Watch it. Feel. When you go to these places, you speak truth and you want to share this with people and the teachers get uncomfortable. They're like, oh, you don't want to go deep, you don't want to find out. I had talked with Krishna monks and Buddhists at their temples. I've gone there and I've talked to them, many different ones, and it's no, because it's about not asking questions and just being at peace. To me, there's a million questions. Just like for you, just like for you, just like for you. Why am I here? Why aren't I on a Friday night or Saturday night at the bar with my friends, doing drugs, getting fucked up, or whatever it is? But you choose to wake up early, take a walk in the park, go hang out in nature. I don't know if you have fish tanks or dogs or cats or whatever, but you feel more comfortable with them. At what point when you go to meditate and find self, do you stop asking questions? Like you have to ask yourself, why am I here and not with everybody else? You have to be aware you are. What made me come here?
That's why I drink and I don't think about it.
Right, well that's why we are in the situation we are. People taken over by spirits. Literally.
Wine and
Wine and spirits.
Yep.